Well, hello everybody. I'll give it a few minutes to let people log on. This is a big video. It's a big, major video. As now Pierre Poilievre clearly outlines his plan to destroy what's left of average Joe Jane, seemingly trying to be creative with words, but that doesn't work on your average economist, let alone your average legal professional. We're going to go through that today, live for everybody. Go through what Pierre Poilievre clearly, in his own words, articulated across Canada. Tens of thousands of Canadians falling for it, cheering him on, believing in all his rhetoric that anything he stands for in absolute policy is going to reverse the destruction of the middle and low class Canadian. Literally the 95% of Canadians who are going to go down the toilet. That's reality. Trudeau is a piece of shit. But you know what? Worse than that is Pierre Poilievre, who would lead you with false hope, ideological craziness that is exactly liberal conservative forever and a day. And we're going to go into that. So Pierre Poilievre did a video Friday. It was on our nickel, the Canadian nickel. He talks about metallurgy. He uses great written puns and great written articulation on, oh, I know everything there is to know about inflation. Well, let me tell you something, folks. His solution is not to end the supreme crown power, corrupted forever and a day since absolutely 1867. No, he embraces it as he did as one of the Privy Councils for Stephen Harper. He talks about 2014 to now today and all of the massive costs placed on all of you by the government, his government too. His design, his colonial crown design, voted by him in absolutely every vote ever taken place while he was in that cabinet, while he swore his allegiance to the greatest empire ever known in the world in his mind and in his party's fabricated reality, a reality that is very real for all of you. What is Auditor General of Canada? What is Pierre's big plan to have Auditor General take control of the Bank of Canada and its policies? Well, folks, that is a plan that gives the power of the crown, meaning one man or woman, i.e. your king or queen prime minister. Read it, folks. They have full authority of the sworn allegiance of whomever they've appointed Auditor General. This is not an elected position. This is a position with, I quote, an oath. I swear my allegiance to the British Empire and the first class Prime Minister who is basically my king or queen. That is the legal speak of what the Auditor General of Canada swears an oath to, put in place by another sworn office, the highest office of Canada, the Crown, Governor General. That's who signs off Auditor General. Auditor General sworn to your divine ruler, Prime Minister. Fully autocratic, zero we the people, zero thought for any of you. Pierre Poilievre says that is the solution to our inflationary problems. Raise interest rates on you, Joe Jane Canadians. So all these homes that are overpriced, way out, 3 times more on average than your average brand new American home. Meaning you can have a house dump built in the 60s, 50s, 40s, and it'll be 3 times more on average than an American home brand new. 2 seasons of growth, meaning you can have farming for 2 full seasons, not 1 in Canada. 1 season out of 4. Pierre is a liar. He's clearly published his scheme, which was Harper's scheme, which is also, folks, Trudeau's scheme. Trudeau took everything from the master first-class economist Harper, sworn to a divine right of a people's over a class structure of other people's. Second class, those in business, if you're not loyal to the crown, you go down a third class, which has happened right across Canada. Pierre is not going to make the world a better place for any Canadian. He is going to expand on Justin Trudeau. He says he needs houses. You, the filthy, low-life, degenerate working Canadian, will insure those loans to those multi-billionaire corporations from all over the world who've now come to Canada to build high-rises that you're going to insure and pay for because Canada's going to borrow against you, working Joe Jane. That's Pierre's plan, to double Trudeau's plan. Oh, it's an excellent plan, taxpayers. We're going to mortgage against you to mortgage for housing for tomorrow, just like Trudeau, but we're going to double down on it. $1.5 million for all of your children. People, Auditor General of Canada does whatever the Prime Minister, through Governor General, wants them to do. They have to do. Harper decided that the Bank of Canada no longer needed to operate for you, the people, your institution. Central banks are the public purse, the value of every Canadian. And now you have prime ministers printing money. Then a prime minister would be who says, don't worry about all that. Don't worry. I'm going to fix it by giving the power to somebody I appoint. Sworn to the crown, sworn to the UK. Not Canada, not you, the people. Pierre Poilievre signed off every aspect of taking the Bank of Canada from all of you, your bank, your value, your worth, your work, your labor, your life, your soul, your children, your homes, your assets, and said, we're going to allow the government to print money at will. And when it gets bad and we've fucked up the entire country and nearly bankrupted it, we're going to make all the Canadians pay it back by raising inflation to the point you lose all your homes. And then it goes to those deemed worthy who should hold your money. Who do you think that is deemed worthy? Oh yes, those foreign billionaire companies and the domestic ones who are sworn loyal to the ruling party in power. And those same folks are in both the Liberal and Conservative parties of Canada. NDP too. They're all in it, folks. Share this video, this truth. Prices are not going down. They can stop the radical costs, but only by massive inflation because, folks, your wages aren't going up, they're going down. They're going down all over Canada, especially all over Ontario, especially all over the GTA, especially in BC, Vancouver, NDP, Liberal, Conservative. Pierre Poilievre's stronghold, Ottawa, lover of the crown. Anybody following this guy and not listening to the words he says in all his paid-for propaganda in media, when really all he's saying, I'm going to expand on Trudeau, doubling down. I can tell you right now, Trudeau is going to rack up inflation to nearly 7% requirement of your interest rates. I can tell you from every major economic expert in Canada now who didn't see this coming, even though I told you this all as a Canadian economist, not sworn to the crown. I've never worked for the government, and I never will with my economics. It will always be for you all you free to know the truth. Pierre Poilievre is going to watch Trudeau raise interest rates likely by mid-next year to about 7%, 5 to 7%, depending on how the 5 corporate banks of Canada, CIBC, Bank of Montreal, Toronto, TD, goes on and on, Nova Scotia, they're all in bed. They do whatever the government wants, and they will raise that another 2 to 3.5 points. And depending on your standing, your job, where you live, you're not going to get any mortgage renewals. All these people looking in the next 5 years for mortgage renewals, good luck. You'll have $2,000 a month interest rates increased on top, meaning you won't be able to pay on your principal. You'll be renting like China. That's what they do in China. You rent your home, you lease your home 10, 20, 30, 40 years, just like a mortgage, but you don't own nothing. That is Canada. It's a scam. My parents' generation, people in my generation, are the last people to truly, as working Joe Jane citizens, truly own a real home to raise a family. USA, today, everyone talking about abortion. All weekend long, that's all I've heard. USA's dying. All those states that want to toss out abortion law, throw away Roe versus Wade, can't replace their population. They're dying. Every single one of those states are dying. Canada is in a large portion dying. Alberta's about the last province with a positive birth rate to replace the population of yesterday. What does that do to inflation, folks? When you have less people available to work and generate the money needed to pay back all the loans against all of you and the children of tomorrow. It's negative, obviously. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. Doesn't take Pierre Poilievre, arts graduate. Never took any business courses, nothing. Oh, he's just like Trudeau. Trudeau majored in drama. Pierre Poilievre majored in theater. That's how he got his Bachelor of Arts degree. He reads a script from his handlers. The same fundamental handlers that I've met all before, right across Canada. I've met the Liberal Party, the real board, not your fake board that you all get to listen to in the media and think, oh, this is a democratic country. All doctors, all British, fucking speaking. You can hear it right in their accent. First generation Canadians. It's pathetic. Wealthy, rich, well-to-do, who never really did anything in their lives except for sit on the public tit. Build wealthy empires by raping all of you. Literally murdering and raping First Peoples, starving them out. You want to know what food insecurity looks like across Canada? Go look at Inuit. Northern Treaty. Brutal. People are starving to death right now. Pure fucking genocide. It's sick. It's depraved. And I'm sorry for the swearing, the language, but this is the truth. I'm sitting here at a laundromat in Toronto to wash one load of clothes, $6. Take your nickel loony, Pierre Poilievre, and shove it up your ass. You did all of this and you plan to expand Justin Trudeau's policies ×2. Just like he did at ×2 on Stephen Harper's policies. Policies you cocksuckers did to destroy this country and murder the average working Canadian. Make it so their children have no future. And it ain't getting any better. This is pure crown colonial autocracy. We're going way down in dark, dark times. It's why, as sad as it is, I will be going across the country one more time, and I'll be speeding up my journey to Florida on my own. That's fine. I will get it done. I will finish residential school genocide. I'm sorry to everybody that my videos haven't been produced in the last 5 days, going through my own pains and problems, personal, and I'm not going to get into it. It's life. But I promise you, there is no future with any of these political parties. And so many Canadians, even First Peoples, that's why I always say there is no difference in races. People are easily bamboozled, whether you're white, red, black, yellow, brown, doesn't matter. People are equally susceptible to the liars who've existed in this country, sitting on the tit, which is on you, your worth, your wealth, your work, and they take it from you. And they'll lie, cheat, and steal you. They'll tell you right to your face how they're fucking you, literally, like Pierre Poilievre did, Auditor General of Canada. And we're going to raise inflation. What about wages, Pierre? What about releasing all the lands? What about freeing the First Peoples? This can all be solved today. I will build that party as promised, and it will be ready for 2025 for those who want to be in it. I understand intergenerational trauma. I understand people make mistakes in life. I understand that people are a product of this country. I get it better than anybody. I fight it every day of my life. I don't hold grudges, and I go forward. And you know what? It's a minority. We're an extreme minority that's slowly growing. Is it fast enough? I don't know. But I will invest my life and my force to see the party done and done right with the right foundations for 2025. Residential school genocide will be done with the UNSCP 5 come June 28th, 2022. I will get that done with my life if it takes, and all the pain that comes along the way. I have strong shoulders. I've been prepared. God, the Creator, call it whichever you like. I have my version, my beliefs, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I go forward each and every day, and I will not stop, and there's nothing that's going to break me. God bless. Share this video, regardless of how you feel about language, regardless how you feel about the words. It's about the truth, and it's about what Canadians need to know. Do right by your children, your grandchildren. Get this video out. Call Pierre Poilievre out. He's busted. A liberal, loving, lying loser like all the rest in love with the crown. There never was anything but liberal conservative party in Canada. Read your history. That's all there ever has been. Those two parties work together. They're not enemies. They may have a few different variations, but the same strategic outcome. The end of all of you in pure slavery. Not New World Order. This is Old World Order. League of Nations stuff. This is how the crown has always worked. You're not equal people. You're garbage people. You're sub-people to them, a subspecies. Doesn't matter if you're white, brown, red, yellow. For the poor First Peoples of Canada, you are the savage person who needs to be liquidated, just like the Nazis had to do to the Jews. That's your conservative and liberal parties of Canada. It's also the Green, it's also the Bloc, it's the NDP, it's all of them. You know it's true, search your souls. For Canadians who've never seen the world of the First Peoples, or who have read the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, or got involved in the ICC, International Criminal Court, the real one, not the Canada fake International Commission of Justice. I mean the international real court, which I was in today again. I graduated there last year. I did a 1-year program. Regardless of what happened with the states and sanctions, ICC is up and running again. We're going to get this job done, and we're going to present a platform for all people of Canada, flipping the pyramid scheme upside down. I already have a lot of NGOs coming forward with me. We have variations, and we have things we have to work out before I go any far forward with any special interest groups, any whatsoever. And I promise all of you, I will never bend, I will never break, I never have, never will, and I'll always work hard to get the truth and reality forward and do the things that matter in Canada, whether they're popular or not, whether people know it or not. It's what's best for you all. 87% of Canada is unavailable to anybody. You flip that pyramid upside down, you give the First Peoples back at least some of this country, at least half of it, and allow the rest of Canadians the other half, you will see a boom for the average individual like you've never seen. But more than just that, you need real constitutionalism for and by all the people of Canada and the First Peoples, everybody, and every major language represented in Canada, all of them, and the minorities, even all the First People languages. You need that by the world's greatest legal minds. You need it. Best historians to teach you what has and hasn't worked. Real democracy empowered by you. Putting in checks and balances by you. 1,000 referendums in one, same cost right across Canada. Whether that takes 3 months to 6 months does not matter. It's for all of you. To give you an education you needed since birth. It was your birthright. It was a promise in this world by the Allies in 1945. And Canada said, no way, Jose. There's frauds everywhere. The Supreme Court of Canada, major fraud. Go look at the stamped commemoration of the build that supposedly Queen Elizabeth stamped, even though the building was made in 1946. She was not the Queen of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Her father was still king. He died in 52. How could you get a stone at the base of that building that was completed in 1946 under King George? How could you get that done unless it's a fraud stamp? A trick for all Canadians. You have a King's Court, not a real court of Canada. It always has been at the privy of the Prime Minister through his Governor General. One of those, oh, it's not really, it's more ceremonial. They have a few powers. It's no big deal. Just the power over all your courts, the military, the police, and absolutely everything that decides your future as Canadians, because you're not there. You're not written in. You're written out. Always has been, always will be. And it's the same and worse for the First Peoples under the Indian Act. Still in force today. A Nazi bill that led to the build of Nazi Germany, 1933's Enabling Act, as it led to 1905 for South Africa. And we could go on through the entire world at the 1876 Indian Act design that went through the entire Commonwealth and many others outside of that. A terrific bill. We call it Canada 1. The best build to absolutely commit genocides all over the world and destroy human beings. Because in that build, like the Canadian Indian, you're not human beings. The Inuit, you're not human beings. Métis, you're not human beings. According to Canada's designed legal system. Absolutely. Forever and a day. As I'm giving this video, it's still there. And Canadians don't see a problem with that. Hey, it's okay. We're Nazified. Way beyond any rational explanation. Nobody has a campaign on that. You think Pierre Poilievre is going to campaign on that? Or ending the crown? No. He wants to strengthen the crown. He wants to be elected Prime Minister so he can take your wealth with his hand. Just like Trudeau. And fuck you. As hard as he can. Just like they did to all the residential school children. They're going to do it financially to all of you and your children. That's my video. Thanks. Share. Share because it's credible. Share because it's verifiable. Share because you can all go on the Government of Canada's website and look up Auditor General. Oh, there it is. There it is. By Supreme Court Justice, Chief of Justice Wagner, who was your Governor General interim just over a year ago. Scam, scam, scam. Rape the people, murder the people, take from them as you will. Fill your boots, fill your pockets, fuck them. That's what they're going to all do. All of them. Every single party. All designed legally the exact same way. You need to destroy the crown. It's the only path forward. 87% of Canada can be released to all of you. All of you. Think about it. Or become like the Chinese, but worse. The British Hong Kong. Coffin City, they call that. Is that where you want to go, Canadians? Blame China for that? No, I blame the UK and that colonial design. And if you were smart, folks, you would too. Because again, it's credible, verifiable, and it's real history. We can't ignore it. I don't want to become League of Nations Canada again. I don't. I don't want a system where I have to worship my politicians. That's not me. Maybe that's you. I don't know. I hope not. I know for a lot of my followers it isn't. A lot of people waking up. But it's up to you all to share. Thanks. That's my video. Do it. It's the right thing to do. Bye now.